All right. Greetings. Welcome back to Blackburn News, where everything is connected. I had a little extended intro there. Try to get because I set the show up kind of late. I posted the show kind of late, so I was trying to let everybody kind of get in here. How y'all feeling? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I didn't really put the Friday Fix thing on the title of the show, but that's what it is. It's Friday. It is Friday. I listened to more of that Elon Musk interview with Joe Rogan, and I was like, this guy is just an absolute moron. The more he talked, the more I was like, oh God. I know a lot of you were like, oh, yeah, of course, you should know that. He's a moron. I mean, yeah. I'm just saying what I heard was moronic. What I heard in the interview was fairly moronic. And he just went on. What did he say? What were some of the lowlights? Two of the lowlights were something like, if you care about the environment, it's like either, you think that humans are wrecking the environment. Somehow, something about that viewpoint is like anti-human. And I was like, God dang it, fellow human, you're in charge of a lot of things, and you're this dumb. And he also said radiation isn't a problem. And he kept saying, yeah, he is a charlatan. He's a charlatan because he said all those lovely little like alternative news buzzwords, as in like, he's they hate humanity. These people hate humanity. That's a buzzword. The left ideology is a death cult. That's a buzzword. I mean, and some of those things I can agree with ideologically, but like he's just saying, I think he's just mouthing the words. I don't know that he necessarily believes them. He's just saying them because they sound good. But he said some stuff like, oh, radiation, it's fine. The sun is a big fusion reactor, and I was like, dude, you ever heard of the Van Allen belts? You are involved in space travel, you knucklehead. You never heard of the Van Allen belts and how they, protect us from harmful radiation and the atmosphere protect. My God, I was just like, dude, you're failing like basic science right now. Say, radiation. It's just what? Yeah, and I just had to turn it off. I had to turn it off because I was like disgusted. And then he was making stupid, like really stupid jokes about like calling Hamas hummus, and I was just like, dude, shut up. I think Rogan is smarter than Elon Musk, but he, I don't know, Rogan, in his attempt to be like fair-minded and open-minded to all things, sometimes can step into some really stupid stuff because he's just like, well, I'm just here to here to field everybody's thoughts. All right. Anyways, God dang it, Elon Musk said some outrageous, outlandish things on the show, and I was like, you are on the Joe Rogan show saying like stuff that isn't even scientific, and you are supposed to be a captain of industry that relies on science. How is this possible? Anyways, that's enough of that. Oops, did I miss this? Shoot. Did I miss that one? All right, gonna get into some things. Yeah, don't. I mean, I don't know. Don't get your scientific takes from Elon Musk, I guess. Radiation's not really a thing. It's fine. It's not gonna. It's fine. You'll be fine if you're exposed to radiation. It's good. You're good. If the atmosphere is stripped away from the planet and the ozone layer is completely like shredded, and you start getting cooked by radiation, everything is fine. It's not really a thing. Whoa. 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 Dude. But yeah, maybe that was just for like, the dumbest of people to go, that Elon said radiation isn't a thing. Nobody died from Fukushima. That's what he said too. He said not one person died from the Fukushima accident. All right. This is crazy video. The video from Lampal Plourzel in northwest France is absolutely bananas. The wall literally gets sucked out by the wind from Storm Syrian. This is pretty. All right, we're gonna watch Jeff Berardelli explain climate change 101 on the news. Do we need to see this? I don't know. I thought it was interesting that he's at least giving folks a lesson, because people need to be reminded of what it is, and I guess that's what mainstream media is for. He's definitely just doing again, he's not saying anything about the fact that we're already at 1.5 and which was supposed to be the guardrail that we should never pass. So that means really horrible things for us, right? He just explained, he literally did like the 5-year-old or maybe 8-year-old explanation of climate change. So this is why the earth gets warmer. And I was like, and that is not, that's fine. I think people understand that. I think people understand that. What they don't understand is the amount of trouble that we're in from climate change. And I don't know if he really gets into that. And maybe he's not allowed to get into that. He didn't go on to say, and this is why we're seeing extreme weather all over the planet. And this is why it could be likely that our food supply is threatened by the fact that we can't, the seasons have changed so drastically that we can't have normal growing seasons anymore. I don't know. Anyways. We'll watch this. If for anything for comic
happening, that's better
relief.
Stats than the Today we are talking about a new climate study from Florida Atlantic University. It is time for the Berardelli bonus. All right, so interesting stats. They did a survey and 90% of Floridians believe climate change is happening. That's better stats than the rest of the U.S., but only 57% understand that it is caused by humans. So I figured it's time for a little climate change 101. The main cause, burning gas, oil, and coal, and also deforestation. Why? Because that releases...
I think he also missed the whole point about resource extraction and the fact that it's difficult to sustain 8 billion people on the planet without burning gas, oil, and coal hand over fist, millions of barrels a day. He missed that point.
Is heat trapping greenhouse gases and carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So here's how it works. Sunlight hits the Earth and it heats the Earth. But some of that sunlight goes back into space. Some of it is trapped by the greenhouse gas blanket. You can see the blanket right.
I'm glad he's speaking to everybody as if they're 6 years old or 7 years old. Sorry. Anyways, I don't need to say anything.
Here. Basically, the thicker it is, the more heat that is trapped. So the more carbon dioxide there is, the warmer the temperature gets. And you can clearly see that as carbon dioxide has gone up since 1880, it's gone up 50%, temperature has tracked along that. Carbon dioxide has gone up so much so that it's the highest it's been in millions of years, and our temperatures are responding.
And locally,
right, basic, super basic information, but nothing about the fact that, like, we could be entering a danger zone. You know, nothing about the sixth mass extinction, right? He didn't say the word extinction. He didn't say the word runaway climate change. He didn't say the words exponential climate change. He didn't say the words, extreme weather event fueling a breakdown of society. Nothing like that, of course. Don't want to scare the children. And that's why he's talking to everybody as if they're 6 or 7 years old.
At 9 out of the 10 warmest years that have occurred in Tampa since the year 2000. So really front-loading the records there with the hotter temperatures. The warmest year so far is 2022. That's exactly what I was going to say. We're talking this year may come close to that one.
It is very possible that 2023 could be the warmest year on
That's exactly what I was going to say, creative experiment. So, all right, now back to football.
Record, but basically all of them have been recent. That is the Berardelli bonus.
I mean, anyways, that was annoying. That was annoying. He literally did. He did an elementary school level send up of climate change there. And nobody needed that. Everybody got that same talk from their teacher, from their elementary school teacher. Or I don't know what grade it was, 3rd grade or 4th grade. That's the information they got about climate change. He didn't go beyond any of that, anything else. So Jeff Berardelli, on some levels I appreciate you trying, but I'm sure you want to keep your job. I'm sure you want to keep your job. But as far as like real information goes, that didn't help anybody. That didn't help one person understand what's really happening on the planet. That didn't help anybody. So I'm gonna have to give you. I'm gonna give you a fail on that, Jeff Berardelli. E for effort, but F for actual information. Fail. Absolute trash. That was absolute trash. Good try. I know it was cute. Berardelli's. Whoa. No respect. No respect from that one, Jeff Berardelli. Yeah, we don't need, nobody needs to. I know you think that maybe your audience has that level of intelligence. I'm sure that's how you think of them. I just don't know if it's helpful to give people the super milquetoast version of it these days. Something bad is happening in Italy tonight. This is from David Ulrich. This is crazy flooding. crazy. I mean, has this just been nonstop? How many months has it been? That we're seeing this level of like extreme weather all over the planet. How many months has this just been? People have been getting pounded. It's more from Italy. No, hold on. Sorry, I'm doing the wrong thing here. I know you want to, sometimes it's good to applaud people for trying, but sometimes it's good to tell people they didn't, they barely tried at all. This is serious flooding in Figline di Prato, north of Florence in Italy. Figleni? I don't know how to pronounce it. Massive. Also Brazil. I would like to see Jeff Berardelli show supercuts every day of all the massive flooding events going on. Well, I guess I'm doing that for him. Do supercuts of all the massive flooding, extreme weather events going on around the planet, and going like, well, this is what it looks like at. This is what it's looking like at 1.5, right? Am I right? And they're saying that we're going to get to 2 sometime soon. And imagine, just walk down the road of thinking with me. Terrible floods due to heavier rainfall in the Barra do Rio Azul, Rio Grande do Sul, Brazil. Yeah, they don't want, they want people to understand that climate change is a thing, but they don't want people to, they really don't want you to understand anything more than that. Like, oh, climate change is a problem. Okay, well, and that's why there's, it's that tepid, completely, absolutely, 6-year-old shallow explanation of climate change from Jeff Berardelli that makes it actually allows people to think that humans aren't causing the climate, right? He showed the study. It allows people to think that humans aren't causing the climate change, or that it's not a real thing, or it's just kind of a hoax, or, well, they tell us that the climate change is bad, but where is it? I don't know, nobody's getting like any context. Nobody's nobody's being shown like, well, here's all the glaciers melting all over the planet, and this is what it will mean for the future. Here's all the extreme weather events all over the planet, and this is what it means for the future. Like, there's absolutely zero context. It's just like, well, climate change is real bad, and we got to get the electric cars going and everything for the climate change. And that allows people to just make up all kinds of stuff about it because they don't have any information about it. What the information they have is, what Jeff Berardelli did. Well, 9 of the 10 hottest years on record have been in the last 20 years. That means it's getting real bad. Well, okay. And then that's it. Well, what does real bad mean? Real bad? You mean it gets hot in the summer? Historically, it's been hot like this before. Okay. Yeah. But again, I know he wants to keep his job. If he actually dug into climate change, if he actually laid it all out there, if he actually gave you a quarter of the reality of climate change, they'd probably be like, Jeff, there are great places like YouTube out there and Rumble where you can do your climate change stuff from your house. But you won't be doing it from here because you're fired. But, what we should be getting is the context. Obviously, what we should be getting is how bad is it? What's it gonna, what does it mean for my future or my children's future? What does it mean for the future of life on the planet? That kind of stuff. I wonder too, if Elon Musk thinks that extinctionists, when he says extinctionists, he couches it in a way so it makes you feel like the people who are extinctionists want us to go extinct, right? It's the thing where the people that talk about climate change are the Bill Gates and the Klaus Schwabs. They're they hate humans. They're anti-human. I'm sure that they are. I'm positive that they are. Like, I don't doubt that those statements are true. That they don't give a toss about anybody who isn't in their social club. But when Elon Musk says extinctionists, like he's not saying like he's saying it like they want us to go to extinct. Not like he's not saying it and there's absolutely nothing in the way that he's saying it that indicates that humans by their own devices are going extinct. Like, that's just not even a concept you can. Maybe I should have listened to the rest of the interview. Maybe he explains why, what he means by that. But I just couldn't do it. After I was disgusted. He actually said, Schulte, he actually said the line. He said the line, right, about they were talking about a professor on the East Coast somewhere who wrote some article about how humans are bad for the planet. Humans are destroying the planet. They're going to go extinct. And he's like, well, why don't you start with yourself, buddy? That's also one of those like alternative news, like, I don't know what you call it, tropes or something. He's saying the line. He's saying the lines that all the other, again, just to make you sure, feel sure that he's on your side. Well, I'm a humanist. I'm on your side because we need more humans. I love humans. I've made a lot of them myself. From David Wallace Wells. By the way, I'm actually not there is a distinction between I think humans should go extinct and I think humans will go extinct. I don't think we should go extinct. I personally don't think that we should go extinct. I don't think we're doing a really good job of being the stewards of the planet. We could do a whole lot better, and by our own malfeasance or mismanagement, we're going to go extinct, right? We're going to do it to ourselves. It's called what is the Darwin Awards, right? We're going to win a big fat Darwin Award, thinking that we're like super smart, and we're going to end up winning a Darwin Award on that one. And it's unfortunate. I just think it's unfortunate. I know other people are like, "Oh, no, we suck. Humans, boo." And on most days I am like, "Yeah, humans, boo." Like, I don't really like humans. Like George Carlin said, individually, I love humans. Individually, like, one-on-one, like, I dig the humans in my life. But like, man, when they get in groups and they start organizing and they start doing stuff and making plans, and it's just like, oh God, they just bung it all up, and like, and we're bunging it up, like as a collective, we're bunging it up, bunging the whole thing up. And so, I don't really think that we should, not should. What's the word? The should is not a good word. Personally, I don't want us to receive the Darwin Award. I think that we could probably be smarter. And in fact, I think we have the capabilities of being smarter. And I think that maybe, and I'm sure a lot of people agree that I'm completely delusional in that thought. Like I am super delusional in thinking that humans could be smarter collectively, but I think we could. We just don't want to be. And humans also, we also suffer from something else. Like people say that we suffer from hubris, or that we suffer from being like, thinking that we're clever. But you know what it is? We're just downright bored. Humans are just downright bored. We're just bored. I feel like our boredom gets us into a lot of trouble. Like, we just cannot sit still. We cannot thinking up all the great, wonderful ideas that we think are super great, wonderful ideas that should be, realized as in the world as creations of our super great brains. Like, we just can't chill out. We cannot chill out. We cannot chill out and just like experience like a beautiful day and a beautiful, like, look at this magnificence of this, of this creation that we live on. Whoever created, God or the universe, whatever it is, your idea about where this, this perfection that we live, we live on this. I mean, going back to the creation story of the Bible and Adam and Eve, we live in this perfect garden, this perfect paradise, and we just can't chill out and enjoy it. We gotta do stuff, right? We are bored. We're just bored. We're bored with the perfection of the universe. And maybe that's our fate, is to I don't know, but we could not be bored with the perfection of the universe and just experience it and enjoy it. We could start there without trying to do, so much. Oh, you know what, man? You know what we could do? We could conspire to like hoard all the food, make weapons and use them against other people, and get more land and take all the the wealth and the women. People sit around thinking up that kind of stuff. Why? Because They're freaking bored because they can't stop themselves from like, oh, I got to do it. I gotta go out and like hoard all the wealth and like get all the stuff and like have all the things and do all the things I got to do. You know, you just can't just chill out and just like tend your garden, as Camus said. What's up, William? How you doing?
Hey, Kevin. How you doing? Well, I don't know if you mind pivoting to Israel and Palestine. I got some interesting things.
Can we wait? Can we wait for that? Can you give me like a few minutes?
Sure, go ahead. You want me to hang up and call back?
Sure. Yeah, give me a couple minutes. Yeah, speaking of being, you know, bored apes. We're so freaking uncontrollably, you know, like what is wrong with us that we can't just like you know, read the texts of our own religious ideas and love each other and just chill out and relax. No, I don't like you and I don't like these people and they got to get off my land. I'm going to bomb them into smithereens. That's what I'm going to do. Like, you know, I know you're such a humanist and you love humans, but when you see humans acting like this, is it really that far of a stretch to go to maybe think that maybe we deserve our own demise because we just can't stop doing stuff like this? You know, is it really that crazy? Is it really like that wild of an idea? They hate humans. I don't know. You see how humans act? They kind of suck, you know? They do a lot of real sucky things. And the ones that aren't doing it are allowing it to happen. So, yeah, you know, pretty sucky collectively. Pretty sucky. Real quick. Okay, we are going to talk about Gaza for a second. Scientists predict that if climate change continues unabated, then by 2100, the weather we associate with summer will span nearly 6 months of each year, whereas wintry weather will last less than 2. Yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there. Okay. I'm playing this clip from Luke Rudkowski, and this is just for the electric car drivers and the people that we, you know, obviously we're trying to catch up. I'm going to play this clip and then we'll move on to some other things. Luke Rudkowski posted this. This is from Los Angeles. In Burbank, California, 11:15, waiting to charge your electric car.
Don't come here. You'll be here till 3 o'clock in the morning. And that's just the cars that are getting charged. And this is the line of the cars wanting to get charged. And this is the great hoax to get rid of gasoline so that you can go sit in a line and plug your car in. This isn't a joke. This is the real thing. It's 11:15 at night. And these are the people who probably, I guess, can't get home. And they're just sitting in their cars and they're just waiting and waiting and waiting.
I mean, I don't know. There are a lot of ways to look at this. Obviously, electric cars are not going to. Yeah, Timbo. Yeah, like gas stations have never had lines, and like, you know, it's a bit of a goofy, like, okay, yeah, we don't have the infrastructure built out for electric cars as we should. We have much more, you know, way more cars than infrastructure. So, you know, the point he's coming from is, and I don't know what the great hoax kind of thing is. I mean, it is a hoax in a way, for sure, because of all the emissions it takes to make these cars and ultimately charge them. It takes a lot of emissions to charge them. Even if you're charging it from solar panels, it takes a lot of emissions to charge these cars. Anyways. All right. Give me 1 sec. The government will never force everyone. I mean, yes, they'll phase out, gas power cars, but I think a lot's going to happen before that happens. They're not forcing anybody really to. They're offering these cars up as a solution, and people are like, "Yeah, sounds good." I mean, there's not a lot of forcing going on. All right, very, very horrific videos coming out of Israel. I think I'm going to jump off of YouTube, guys. I don't know. I just want to be a little freer with the last few minutes of the show and the talking, and I don't want to run into trouble. So YouTubers, let's go over to Rockfin, or you can watch me on Twitter. I am live on Twitter, as always these days. And yep, we are going on Twitter. So yeah, we're gonna watch a couple of videos, and they're kind of hard to watch. So YouTubers, thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.